Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Corey McKinney. Today we're going to be reacting to a video that so many of you have requested in my comments. This is Messi versus Ronaldo, the best GOAT comparison. Look, a lot of you tune into my channel every single week. Thousands and thousands and thousands, yet my subscriber count does not match that, but you guys are returning viewers. If you would just do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, it would do an incredible thing for my channel, and I would really appreciate that. Without further ado though, let's jump into the best GOAT comparison.
Since the beginning of the century, the world of football has been blessed with two of the greatest who have ever played. They've dominated trophies, statistics, thus debates. Although it's hard to decide who's better, by the end of this video, one guy will have the edge. This is the definitive comparison of Messi and Ronaldo. To find who's the better player, we'll examine 4 different criteria: winning, statistics, awards, and the eye test. First off, who has won the most? Winning can't make you the greatest, but it can make you one of the greats. Simply put, winning 6 championships. With this in mind, 3 sub-points will be awarded in accordance with their 3 common competitions: European, domestic, and international. Beginning with European, the most prestigious trophy in clubs is the UEFA Champions League title. Ronaldo has won it 5 times, whereas Messi has won it 4 times. While this is the official count, we commonly subtract 1 from Messi since he only started 2 games of his first official victory. Conversely, Ronaldo's 5 titles came in his presence, and he won them on 2 different teams. That's 1 sub-point for Ronaldo. Advancing into domestic titles, Messi has won more league titles, more domestic cups, and more domestic super cups. Hence, there goes 1 for Messi.
Pretty cut and dry.
Lastly, the international numbers. Starting with Messi, let's just say he's a little unfortunate. However, it didn't start out that way. He began his journey by winning the 2005 Under-20 World Cup. He followed by a gold medal at the 2008 Olympics. But ultimately, his lack of performance at the 2010 World Cup hurt him. He did individually wield Argentina to the finals of the 2014 World Cup, but fell short in extra time against one of the best sides in recent history. He lost again at the 2018 World Cup in the hands of the soon-to-be champions by a score of 4-3. At South America's continental tournament, the Copa America, he has never won. In his 4 presents, he's gone to the finals 2 times. In each one of these, he lost in penalties. On the other hand, Ronaldo has won 2 major trophies: the 2016 Euros and the 2019 Nations League. Even though he didn't win a single game in regular time at the 2016 Euros, the mere fact that Portugal won this tournament is enough to give him a point. According to betting websites, Portugal's odds of winning were 20-1 at the start. That's 1 point for Ronaldo, which makes him the winner of my first criterion, winning.
Okay, so this I'm realizing was done before Messi won the World Cup. So I wonder now, obviously I think Messi would take that international for sure, without a doubt. I think winning the World Cup is something that automatically sets you higher on the bar than any other international trophy you can get, obviously, right? And so I think though Ronaldo wins it in this video, as far as the criteria goes for winning, I think that in hindsight, if this video was made today, Messi would be the one taking that. I like, first off, I just want to go back and look at these criteria. We have winning, statistics, awards, and eye test. Eye test is still one that I'm getting used to. That's one that you guys are really on me about, that I need to understand and recognize that eye test means a lot. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm getting used to it. We'll figure it out. But for the time being, that's something that I'm still learning. And so, but the other 3 are very measurable, right? Winning, you know, that is the most measurable stat next to actual statistics, right? And then awards, you know, medals do mean something at the end of the day. All of them are well, not all of them. Some of them, like player awards, right, player of the year, those kind of things, those are subjective to a degree, but for the most part, some of them are not, right? Like lead scorer, you only get that by being the lead scorer, right? So anyway, I'm excited to get through these categories and see really who comes on top. I did not expect Ronaldo to take the W there, and I'm not sure that he would have now, but it is cool to see all this broken down.
My second criterion is statistics and advanced metrics. This part is divided by scoring and shooting, assist and shot creation, and impact on the team's performance. Beginning with scoring and shooting, we notice that Ronaldo has more career goals, but he also played more games.
Yeah.
And if we take away penalty goals, Messi already surpassed Ronaldo in 2018. Looking further into it, we find that Messi has a higher average goals per game. A common remark regarding their averages is that Ronaldo started his career in a tougher league, being the Premier League. In spite of that, if we only consider the average goals per game in the Champions League, Messi still comes out on top. His goals are also more efficient, meaning he scores them on less attempted shots per game. That brings us to accuracy metrics, and yes, Messi has a higher shot on target percentage, which is impressive considering his attempts come in farther from the goal, as can be shown by his number of goals outside the box. Furthermore, Messi has a better conversion.
The goals outside the box one still throws me off because in a lot of the highlights of like Ronaldo's top goals, you always see him shooting, you know, from I'm talking distance, right? He's always hitting goals outside the box on those highlights anyway. But then to know that Messi has more than him by a large number is pretty incredible. And you know, I'm not so sure that I like the fact that he talks about taking away Ronaldo's penalty goals. I kind of equate them to, they're not really the same, but like free throws in basketball, you know, there's no point in trying to take them away. He scored them. Let's just call it what it is, and let's keep it baseline and hard nosed, right? A goal is a goal, okay. And so I don't know if he's going to do that in the end. I don't know if he was just talking theoretically, but I don't like that, right? I'd rather it just stay what it is.
From just about anywhere on the field. As for free kicks, they share the same number of free kick goals, but percentages and distance tell a different story. Messi has close to twice Ronaldo's free kick conversion, and his attempts come in farther than Ronaldo. Also, their path to that number is very different. At the start of his career, Messi was without a doubt a poor free kick shooter, but recently, Messi seems to have become the best free kick shooter ever. No trending lines could have predicted these latest numbers, he just flipped the switch. In sum, regarding scoring and shooting, even though Ronaldo is frequently referred as the better shooter or finisher, Messi has the highest average goals per game on less attempted shots, he has a better conversion from everywhere, and he's the better free kick shooter. The only metric in Ronaldo's favor is his penalty conversion. Inevitably, Messi has 1 point. For assists and shot creation, Messi has the most assists per 90 minutes. In contrast to popular beliefs, Ronaldo has some incredible numbers, but in assists, Messi is second to none, as he holds the highest career assist total.
Oh my gosh.
For possession and dribbling, although dribble stats only exist since 2017, Messi has always been first in every major category. Carries, total distance, total progressive distance, carries that enter the last third of the pitch, carries that enter the box, and what I'll refer as the Messi stat, the number of players dribbled past. Such dribbling and passing abilities help Messi create shot options for his teammates, so of course he's going to be better than Ronaldo in goal-creating actions per 90 minutes. But I'd like to point out that Messi doesn't have the highest score here. That feat belongs to Neymar. Similarly, an interesting stat worth showing is expected goals. An expected goal.
That's very interesting. Okay, that makes sense though, I guess, to a degree, but it's also cool that those two guys played for so long together and they're leading that category. This guy, I'm really enjoying this video so far. I know I've already paused it a lot, but just the fact that he's getting into so much of the nitty gritty of the statistics. You always see like these, I don't know, these graphics that show, oh, well, Messi has more goals here and Ronaldo has done this and he has this many awards, he has this. This guy's getting into the actual like breakdown of every single statistic of everything. This is a really well put together video. Thank you guys for pointing me in this direction.
Would be a penalty or a tap in. An unexpected goal would be a free kick or a 20-yard carry. Thus, we measure the number of goals over the number of expected goals. Subsequently, there are some players who have negative expected goals. That would mean that they didn't capitalize on wide open nets, for example. On that note, Messi has by far the better goal over expected goals per 90 minutes. Briefly, being the better passer, dribbler, and playmaker, Messi takes home this point. As for the impact on the team's performance, we measure it in a statistic called team success on-off. This metric works by taking the number of goals scored per 90 minutes while the player is on the pitch minus the number of goals scored per 90 minutes while the player is off the pitch. As a result, Messi is at 0.75 while Ronaldo is at 0.60. In other words, when Messi is on the pitch, there are 0.75 more goals being scored. Nonetheless, this metric is only available since 2014. If anything, Messi is the winner again. In 2019, a Belgian university by the name of KU Leuven published a study titled "Actions Speak Louder Than Goals." In this document, the university describes assessing the impact of metrics via machine learning in a plethora of data. Their metrics compile passes by distance, dribble by distance, shots by distance, free kicks by distance, penalties provoke, interceptions, clearances, crosses, fouls, tackles, corners, and many more. There are also other components such as the game state, which calculates the value of an action based on the difficulty of scoring or defending in a game. All of these metrics are unified by the label Soccer Player Action Description Language, or SPADL for short. Thereby, when we multiply the number of actions per 90 minutes and the average value per actions, we get the ultimate number, the VAEP. Unfortunately, players' VAEP have only been calculated for the study's preceding year, which is the 2017-18 season. That said, Ronaldo has a VAEP of 0.61, but Messi has nearly twice that at 1.21. As you can see on the board, Messi is not here right now. Now he is.
Oh my gosh.
Although this was a sample of one single season, that won't be a problem since Messi placed 5th in the Ballon d'Or votes. That was his worst position since 2006, where he was 19 years of age. It's not that Ronaldo's bad, Messi's just really good, and if there's a
and I like what he just finished off with this. It's not that Ronaldo's bad, it's just that Messi's really good. And I like the point that, you know, he brings up, well, Messi's so much higher there, and then also to swing back and say, well, and just a reminder, in this same season, you know, not that this is the only measurable stat, because he finished 5th in the Ballon d'Or race. And so, you know, you're really putting two tails together here, like Messi is more effective on the field for his team. He's doing all these things that are better. The dude started dividing and multiplying, and I'll be honest with you, I don't do math that well. All I know is they came up with this greater statistic, and he's over double where Ronaldo stands. And you know, that just is what it is, you know. And once again, just pointing back to what he said, it's not that Ronaldo's bad. I don't think that anybody, I'm not going to say anybody, there's been plenty of people in my comments that have said this, that Ronaldo's bad. I am not saying that Ronaldo's bad, and I don't think anybody with a brain would say that Ronaldo's bad. Messi's just freaking good, man. He's just good. He's generational. He's somebody that can't be mimicked, that can't be, you know, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. It takes watching it with your own eyes to understand. And so, you know, I like this stat though. I like this. This is great.
way to evaluate actions on a pitch, he will tower over everybody else. As for the VAEP, it wasn't maintained for 3 different reasons. It's too long, too complicated, and too expensive. Until there's an advanced optical reading software that can read the pitch, 2017-18 will remain the best season for stats, and we know who's at the top.
We'll get there one day.
In a few words, as far as stats go, Messi takes another one home.
Dang.
Also, if statistics is the only thing that matters, Messi is not only the greatest player of all time, but the greatest that ever will be. There will probably never be a statistical anomaly like Messi ever again.
That's such an insane statement.
As for awards and honors, whether Messi or Ronaldo ends up winning this one, they are by far the 2 most individually decorated footballers of all time. With this in mind, in individual awards, most websites only consider 3 of them: the FIFA Best, the European Golden Boot, and the Ballon d'Or. Summing these up would tell you that Messi has the edge, but with 13 and 14 awards, they are both lonely at the top. Starting with the Golden Boot, which rewards Europe's top goal
Hold
scorer,
on.
Messi has 6 while Ronaldo
Which is insane to even think about, right? He said they're both lonely at the top. Like, they're both in such a different category, and then to think that as we just saw just a second ago, Messi's even in a more different category, like one that Ronaldo's not even at, yet both of them are so set apart from the rest of the game. That is just insane to me. It is mind-blowing how good both of these guys are, and the fact that they're both playing at the same time. What a blessing that has been on the soccer world for so long to have these eye test. Let's see it. I got to see this thing that I can't measure,
The
but
eye
somebody
test
can.
is what I would define as the best player to watch. Seeing Ronaldo is something special. He's athletic, quick, and one of the better finishers. He can also use his head, unlike Messi. A thing that your eyes will tell you, which you won't find in numbers, is that Ronaldo was probably a better player with Manchester United. Indeed, his numbers weren't as
Really?
good as afterwards, but he was scoring more free kicks. He dribbled a little better. He scored outside the box more frequently. He was a more skilled player all around. Yet his totals at Man United pale compared to his at Real Madrid and Juventus. The reason why would that be can also be found in the eye test. The fact of the matter is that Ronaldo was better surrounded in Real Madrid and Juventus. There, a high rate of his goals came via tap-in, which is the type of goals that you didn't see him score very often with the Reds. That's
Okay,
nothing
that makes
against
sense.
him. Some tap-ins require a great deal of skills even if they're not as enjoyable to watch. The unpleasant side in Ronaldo's games lies in his volume of shots. As established before, compared to Messi, he has a lesser average goals per game while having the higher attempted shots per game. Sometimes he makes you wonder if his presence can hurt a possession. In
Wow.
contrast, Messi gets you the best play possible for every possession. His mission is to have the ball in the goal by the end of the sequence regardless of his implication.
Man.
When he was somewhat of a
So just I'm gonna go back to what he said just a second ago. He said I wonder, or it makes you wonder if him being in that play actually hurt versus helping. Well, obviously if he missed, it definitely didn't help, right? Unless they figured out that the formation they ran or the play that they're running, whatever, was something that was productive and they'll get it next time, right? But in the grand scheme of things, you kind of look over it and you say, man, if he's taking all these shots and he's not doing anything with it, then that's a problem, right? That's a real problem. And I think this is where Messi is going to leave him behind in the dust on just on this one little stat line in particular, is because, yeah, he is a much more efficient goal scorer. And I think that's something that we have to come to grips with. And I think that can make people mad because that sounds subjective, right? To say that he's more efficient. I certainly think that I was there a couple months ago. But when you see the stat line, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with hard numbers. And it goes to show that Messi just is statistically better on the pitch for the team when it comes to scoring goals, because he's not taking as many shots as Ronaldo, and when he does take shots, they're landing more often. So that really does serve as a hurt for Ronaldo, and I hate that for him, but it just is what it is. So that part of the eye test, I'm beginning to understand. I get it. Okay, hats off to you guys. You got me.
striker in 2012, he scored an all-time record of 91 goals for the year. When he was a midfielder in 2019, he racked up an all-time record of 21 assists for a season. He is a purely positionless and selfless offensive player. Ronaldo can conclude great plays. Messi creates his own and remains the better finisher of the two.
Wow.
Even though they have a close percentage in successful dribbles, seeing them play will reveal you that Messi is much more venturous with the ball. As you can see here, Messi takes the ball behind midfield. He dribbles through 1, 2, still with the ball, 3, and 4. He enters the last third of the pitch and makes a perfect pass to his teammate.
Man.
Highlights won't show that, and basic stats cannot count this action. As dominant as Messi is in statistics, numbers don't really do him justice. If Messi dribbled like everybody else, he would simply never lose the ball. Or as Ray Hudson puts it,
how do you put statistics on this, Phil? This isn't measurable, because this is the art of human.
actions like this are the reason why Messi has the
Okay, so all right, you guys, I'm starting to see it. All right, I'm starting to see the eye test thing. It's starting to make a little bit of sense. There are some things, technically speaking, you could put it to a stat line, right? If somebody went back and counted all that, but that would be painstaking, and maybe we'll have an AI that does it for us one day and shows us exactly what we need to see. But I'm beginning to get it. Okay, I'm beginning to get it. Messi's dribbling ability is outrageous. The way that he moves the ball up and down the field, or up and down the pitch, and the way that he distributes it to his team, it's starting to make sense. It really is. And so bravo, guys. Y'all are. I'm getting cooked right now. I'm losing this one. All right. I've stood firm on this and said no. The eye test is a stupid thing, and I'm not going to stand for it. And here I am. I'm getting cooked in water right now. It's tough.
higher career average match rating and likewise the highest since the metric's inception. This is also why Messi has the highest number of men of the match and incidentally, the most since the metric's inception. In the end, that tug of war is won by Messi.
Wow. My gosh.
Ronaldo is undoubtedly one of the greatest to ever lace up. Messi is just that Asian kid that's always better than you. Although it won't affect the scoreboard, I think it's the appropriate video to talk about the people's opinion on the topic. In the light of this video, I made a list of every known players, managers, owners, and commentators who expressed their side on the Messi-Ronaldo debate. Here's all the people I've found. Now, in all 141 personalities, 110 voted for Messi and 31 for Ronaldo. That is, if we account everybody mentioned. If we subtract the ones who played or coached one or the other to erase any possible conflict of interest, it's now 89-10.
Wow.
As for the public, the largest poll on the internet is found on the Messi vs Ronaldo website, accounting for more than 1 million voices.
That's a thing.
Messi has 655,000 of them, while Ronaldo has 360,000. In other words, it's 65% to 35%. To finish, as I have the word GOAT in the title, some of you are probably irritated, mainly because of two greats, Pele and Maradona. On that account, how do Messi and Ronaldo compare to them? Let's see. Starting off with Maradona. Both Messi and Ronaldo have better stats than him all across the board. In fact, they both have more than twice Maradona's goals total. That being said, when Maradona carried his team to a World Cup win, he seemed to be the greatest ever. But he didn't maintain that level of playing outside the World Cup.
Ooh.
You can see here that Maradona doesn't really rival Messi and Ronaldo's goals per 90 minutes.
That's gonna make some
Stats
people
don't
mad.
really put Maradona in the debate. He was more of a showman, just like Ronaldinho for a more recent example.
Man, that I have to pause the video now. That's gonna make some people mad. I can't believe he said that and didn't. I'm sure I don't have to go check these comments because I'm sure he's getting cussed out for that one. Because Maradona seems to be a touchy topic for people, especially around the Messi talk, right? it's insane to me to think that people were saying that Maradona was better than him or had a better legacy than him simply because of the World Cup. And the World Cup is a great feat, but as he just pointed out, Maradona didn't really do much outside of that. He was the showboat guy. He was the showman. And so to just quite frankly, just bluntly put it, he's not even close to Messi and Ronaldo, to either of them. And that's a big statement, a big deal. But you can't argue with numbers. Facts don't care about feelings, and here we are. Let's see how Pele lines up.
And as for his longevity, how much can we blame Flower? In my eyes, his career totals are simply insufficient. Conversely, with Pele, I'll start by saying this. In the years to come, as sports hold more history, GOAT debates will shift from the best player ever to the best player relative to his peers. Nowadays, of course, players run faster, jump higher, shoot better. Is Messi a better player than Pele ever was? Probably. But if the GOAT debate is about the most dominating player respective to his era, we have a debate. 3 World Cups are hard to come by in any era. As for their stats, at least the one they share, they're pretty similar. But in recent history, Pele has made a fool of himself. For over 40 years, Pele held the record for the most goals total and the most goals total for one club. In a span of 2 weeks, Messi broke one and Ronaldo the other.
Wow.
In the light of these achievements, Pele, with the help of his former club Santos, released a statement saying that his club total at Santos was actually in 4 figures, at 1,091 goals. He also updated his Instagram bio saying that his goals total stands at 1,283. The thing is that 526 goals of that number would have come from unofficial friendlies and tour games. Funny enough, he even counted games he played in a military competition.
Man, come on.
In the eyes of the level-minded, Pele has 644 for a single club and 757 for a career. He is great, but not unreachable.
Wow. Man. All right. The Maradona and Pele thing at the end kind of threw me off. I wasn't ready for that. Maybe that was the surprise you guys were getting. I think a lot of you were really just on me about the eye test and why I needed to watch that video. What a great video. Once again, the stats show something that I think everybody who truly watches, who has truly taken the time to sit and consider and watch and think about and compare these two players, it's obvious. Messi's the GOAT. Messi is the GOAT. Ronaldo is one of the greatest players to ever lace up and touch the pitch. Messi's just better. And I hate it for Ronaldo. And in any other time span, 20 years ago, Ronaldo's playing, we're having the Michael Jordan and LeBron James debate, of who's the GOAT. Because Ronaldo would have, he would have lit it up. He lit it up now. Unfortunately, he's always in the shadow of Messi, and his career will be that as well. You will never hear Ronaldo brought up without somebody saying, yeah, but Messi's better. Messi, on the other hand, people are going to bring his name up, and names are going to get thrown around like Ronaldo and Pele and Maradona. But guess what? We have objective evidence, statistics, numbers, play, all of that from all careers. And guess what? Messi is better. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest that'll ever do it. Pele's reachable. Maradona's reachable. Ronaldo will be reachable. I don't know that Messi will be. Certainly not in my lifetime. But anyway, hey guys, thank you so much for joining with me on this incredible journey. This video has been long overdue, and thank you guys for pushing me to get it done. In the meantime, if you would like, comment, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you want to see more of. And until the next video, I'll see you guys then.